they don't care about the fundamental basics of, well, it's a mix, and so it's 5 dB quieter than everyone else and all that blah blah blah. Not interested. Hi, I'm Streaky. I'm going to tell you my top tip on how to prepare your mix for mastering it yourself or for sending it off to a mastering engineer. Now, what you want to do when you're mixing is you'll have all your tracks, and then you'll stem it out into your different groups. Then on your master fader, you want to have a limiter. Now, most people will say, oh no, you don't want to have a limiter on your mix bus. But for me, I think most people these days are mixing into a limiter so they can hear how it's going to sound at the end when it's mastered and when it's finished. Now, the only problem with this is a lot of people will then export with the limiter on, which means that it's then crushed, it's super loud, and there's no way for you to master it, or there's no way for a mastering engineer to master it, because there's zero headroom left to get in there and move things around or do what you need to do. So the reason why a lot of people do mix into a limiter these days is because if you're sending it off to somebody for, an A&R guy or a label, or they want to hear it at a certain level, they don't care about the fundamental basics of, well, it's a mix, and so it's 5 dB quieter than everyone else and all that blah blah blah. Not interested. They just want to hear it finished. You haven't had it finished, you haven't got it finished. Every track I get from a label, I get a reference of the limited version, and I also get the version without the limiter. So this is why I say the top tip for doing this is have the limiter on the mix bus, export it with the limiter, so that's a kind of rough master. That then can be sent off, and that they can then say, yeah, we like that, it sounds good, blah blah, because it gives them the feel and it gives them the sound. Now, you wanted to get it up to the next level. That's ballpark territory. You're 60% of the way there with just banging a limiter on the end. But you want to then take it to the next level so it sounds amazing. You're either going to want to master that yourself, or you're going to send it off to a mastering engineer. So you then export a version without that limiter on the mix bus. That is then leaving all that space for the mastering engineer to do his thing. He's also then got the limited version so that he can listen to that and go, okay, well, I've got to get it, that's the level I'm going to. That's what everyone's been listening to it. But as a mastering engineer myself, that gives me a challenge to go, well, I can take it, I can see it's at 60%, I can get it to 100%. And so I can then take it, move it around, put some compression on, do so whatever I need to do to the track to get it going, tighten it up, open it up, blah, 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 to then get it as loud or louder if it needs to be, or quieter if it needs to be a bit more dynamic, and produce that so it sounds really good. Because if you're mastering yourself, you also want that space, and you want to leave it a couple of days and then come back and master it. But then at least you've got the option to do that, and you're not thinking about the individual tracks, you're just thinking about the stereo file, and you've got enough space to be able to then get your your mastering template up, and then be able to manipulate how you want to. So I hope that's helped you. I hope that's helped you prepare a mix for a mastering engineer, or if you're mastering it yourself. And also you've then got a version that you can play to people and feel that you've done your little mastering bit yourself by banging a limiter on the end, and at least you haven't ruined the track for even future purposes of getting it mastered. If you like this kind of thing, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, and if you're a bit of an audio anorak like myself and you're into sound, you're into how to get your room sounding better, you want to know about speakers, all those kind of things, go to my website, streaky.com, sign up to my newsletter, which comes out once a month. It's the Audio Anoraks newsletter. On there, I give you tips and stuff on what's going on. I also send you discount codes, and I give away products that I get to review. I tell you things that I can't show you on YouTube. I'll point you in the direction of websites and things I've seen and stuff that I'm into. So that's only once a month. Go to streaky.com, sign up for the Audio Anoraks newsletter. Till next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye.